fighting out of Stockton, California, presenting the Oakland Minor Season 5 winner and the number 4 ranked lightweight contender in the world,
Look at the situation they got me facing. I can't live a normal life. I was raised by the state, so I gotta be down with the hood team. Too much television watching got me chasing dreams. I'm an educated fool with money on my mind. Got my tin in my hand and the gleam in my eye. I'm a loped out gangster, set tripping banker, and my homies is down, so don't arouse my anger. Fool, death ain't nothing but a heartbeat away. I'm living life, do or die. What can I say? I'm 23 now, but will I live to see 24? The way things are going, I don't know. Tell me why are we so blind to see that the one we have are you and me? Been spending most of our lives.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. And today is episode 2 of This to That. And as you can see, it's going to be Nate Diaz. He is one of my favourite fighters ever. Well, not ever, in this current time, he's one of my favourite fighters right now. Yeah, I'm going to try and cover as much as possible. Hopefully under 15 minutes. I might miss a few things, but let's hope not. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Nathan Donald Diaz was born on April 16th, 1985 in Stockton, California, US. As you know, he has an older brother, Nick Diaz. Nate and his family grew up on a rough neighbourhood, and due to that, he was brought up with violence as an everyday basis. And on top of that, he lived in the poorest house in his street. They had no good stuff or a nice house, and they mostly had to think about where their next meal would come from. In the octagon, we all know Nate for keeping the fight going at a high pace, but all started in elementary school where he won several marathons. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to continue it because he had to start helping his family financially, and he decided to follow in his brother's footsteps when he was only 11 years old by attending jiu-jitsu classes. But Nate wasn't good at jiu-jitsu. However, he never gave up on training practice because after the class, the older trainees would buy him and his brother a burrito from a food truck that pulled up near his gym each night. Before Nate knew it, he got his first ever combat sport belt, which was in jiu-jitsu. And then he went on to become a cage fighter. After things began to work faster for the fighting prodigy, he then began competing for World Extreme Cage Fighting, otherwise known as WEC, for the lightweight championship in 2006. While at WEC, Nate fought his way up to he was then eligible to negotiate for a title fight against then champion Hermes França. Sadly, he lost the contest in round 2. After that, it was just a matter of a few months before Nate started fighting in The Ultimate Fighter Season 5 in 2007. Diaz went on to win The Ultimate Fighter in his division. Diaz had his first proper UFC fight on January 23rd, 2008 against Alvin Robertson, which he won. He then went on to win his next 2 fights, but sadly, on his 4th fight, he got beat, which was by Clay Guida at UFC 94. The fight could have went either way, with both fighters getting the better of each other in the bout, but he got beat via TKO. This was when Diaz was becoming popular, but this defeat did not stop him from becoming one of the best. He lost his next fight. One of Diaz's next big fights came at UFC Fight Night 19, where he faced Melvin Gouldar on the main event, which he won via submission in round 2. This was one of his biggest wins at the time, and was the rise of Nate Diaz. Then he went on to win four of his next 6 fights were on the undercard of big fights. Also, that time people started to notice the amazing ruthless aggression of Nate Diaz. 3 out of the 6 fights he won. His next fight was his big fight of his career at this point. Came at UFC 141 on December 30th, 2011 against Donald Cowboy Cerrone. The bout was back and forth. Diaz got trapped multiple times but ended up winning by unanimous decision, then being one of the biggest wins he had to that date. He then went on to defeat Jim Miller on May 5th of 2012. Then he lost his next 2 fights, and then on November 30th, 2013, he had a rematch with Gray Maynard, which he won by TKO. He then got beat by Rafael dos Santos, but after that he went on to defeat Michael Johnston by unanimous decision. Then, this is when he started to rise. He then went on to fight Conor McGregor in his biggest fight of his career. The build-up was absolutely hyped, and at the press conference was chaos. But on March 5th, 2016, at UFC 196, Nate Diaz destroyed and defeated Conor McGregor. No one thought he could do it, but he did, via choke in round 2. This fight proved he was the best and had a heart of a lion. 5 months after this upset, he faced Conor in the rematch that he sadly lost. But these were 2 awesome fights and proved who Nate Diaz really is. He then went on to defeat Anthony Peters at UFC 241 by unanimous decision, but we can't forget about the press conference where he came in smoking a big fat joint full of weed. He then got beat by Jorge Masvidal and Leon Edwards in his last 2 fights. They were the last appearances of Nate Diaz. But it wasn't easy fights for them to beat him. Nate Diaz, although Nate Diaz was one of the best, he never actually won a title, but he's still a GOAT. So, we have no further dates of when Nate Diaz will be back in the octagon. So guys, sadly that is it for the video. Sorry it was a bit short this time, I know, but honestly I've got the cold so it's not up to standard. So let me know if you liked this. Hopefully you guys liked. So if you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And comment down below who you would like to see me do another one on and what videos you would like to see. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Shake, shake.